Hello viewers of the National Television, welcome to this English news edition. I'm Fabien Nyonizige here. Top stories. A high-level forum dedicated to culture of peace was held this Tuesday in New York under the auspices of the United Nations. Burundi was represented by Zefire Maniratanga. And the African Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has donated to the expanded program on immunization, a grant designed to strengthen vaccine distribution across the country. Welcome once more. Those are headline details now. This Wednesday, the head of state officially presented the new administrator of Kiremba Commune. On this occasion, President Ndayishimiye urged the population to collaborate closely with this official and to combine their efforts to achieve a sustainable development. The head of state, Evariste Ndayishimiye, then visited Gatwalo Hill, where an improved avocado tree plantation is located, and afterward, he officially inaugurated the Kiremba Health Center, which is run by the Catholic Church. Burundian Prime Minister Nestor Ntahontuye and his wife arrived Wednesday afternoon at Huari Boumediene International Airport. From the tarmac, he was greeted by President of the Algerian Senate. The Prime Minister will participate in a roundtable discussion on the African Continental Free Trade Area scheduled for September 4th to 10th of this year. After this welcome, Mr. Ntahontuye and his delegation were taken to the state residence reserved for distinguished guests, a prestigious location on the Mediterranean Sea. As I said, the African Center for Disease Control and Prevention in Africa donated 55 motorcycles and 2 pickup trucks to the expanded program on immunization this Tuesday. Minister of Public Health, Ridwine Baradahana, who received this donation, emphasized that this equipment will significantly strengthen the vaccine supply chain across the country. Christine Kimana was there.
This donation includes 2 pickups vehicles and 55 motorcycles. A donation of Africa CDC, that is the Africa Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, to the Ministry of Public Health in Burundi to bolster the country's expanded program on immunization. The materials these equipments were officially handed by Dr. Brice Bichaba, Africa CDC's regional director, to the Minister of Public Health in Burundi, Ridwine Baradahana. The contribution is part of Africa CDC ongoing support for disease prevention and response in African countries. In her remarks, the Minister, Dr. Ridwine Baradahana, stated that the new equipment will significantly enhance the vaccine supply chain across health facilities in Burundi. She also said that 2 additional trucks valued at $452,000 are expected to arrive soon under the same support program. These vehicles will also be used to improve vaccine supply chain across the country. She emphasized that this donation builds on previous assistance received from Africa CDC to strengthen Burundi health system. However, she called on all beneficiaries to make good use of these equipment and warned them against its misuse for commercial or personal purpose. On his turn, Dr. Brice Bichaba, the regional director of Africa CDC, reaffirmed that Africa CDC is committed to support member states in building resilient health system and improve vaccine supply chain in Burundi. The cost of the donation of the vehicles and motorcycles is estimated at around 600 million Burundian francs.
A high-level forum dedicated to the culture of peace was held this Tuesday in New York under the auspices of the United Nations. Burundi was represented by Zefire Maniratanga. In his speech, he expressed concern about the lack of financial resources in the peace-building fund, stressing that this situation risks compromising efforts to strengthen stability and cohesion among people. Ersi Ororkamkama.
During that high-level forum on peace culture under the theme of giving thoughts for a peace forward to young. Burundi was represented by Zefire Maniratanga, representative of Burundi to the United Nations. In his speech, he has appreciated the activities of sustaining peace and security. He also appreciated the effort of the General Secretary in peace and security keeping in the whole world. He added that there are still many barriers to peace, such as conflict, climate change, and the economic disparity. He reinforced saying that sustainable peace shouldn't be cared about only in post-war times, that it should also go hand in hand with human rights, justice, inclusiveness, and development. He said again that Burundi appreciates the Peace Consolidation Fund result, especially Extra Borders project, as well as women and the young involvement in peace projects. However, Burundi has expressed his concern about lack of money in the Consolidation Fund. To finish his remarks, he reiterated Burundi's commitment to respect UN Charter and activities of Peace Consolidation Commission and to share his expertise in political dialogue, national reconciliation and stability.
This Wednesday, the Nhabariza organization committed to defending the well-being of prisoners and their families held a press conference. Jean-Marie Shimirimana, the organization's legal representative, expressed his concern about the high number of people incarcerated in the country. He called on recently appointed authorities to visit prisons to assess the real living condition of prisoners. Story by Jackson Irakoze.
During this press conference, the legal representative of the Nhabariza Association, which advocates for the well-being of prisoners and their families, Jean-Marie Shimirimana, expressed deep concern over the high number of detainees in the country's correctional facilities. He pointed out that some individuals remain in detention even though they should have already been released, a situation which, according to him, hinders national development. Jean-Marie Shimirimana also highlighted a noticeable increase in the number of incarcerated women. According to investigations conducted by his organization, this is due to the growing involvement of women in serious crimes. He therefore called on the relevant authorities to ensure that individuals who have served their full sentence are released without delay. He also encouraged newly appointed high-ranking officials to visit prisons to gain a better understanding of the current prison conditions. Finally, the Nhabariza representative appealed to the head of state, urging him to consider issuing a new presidential pardon for inmates who meet the legal requirements in order to ease prison overcrowding and promote social justice.
End of this news edition. Thank you for being with us. Keep watching our programs. Bye-bye.